Hello and welcome to Alive News. I am Tantia Zhao. Here are the headlines. Tinubu seeks dismissal of Apm'S petition as tribunal adjourns hearing till Thursday. Gbajabiamila's loyalists lobby for signatures as APC crisis deepens. And on the foreign scene, Russian widow arrested for planning children's death over inheritance. In sport, Lionel Messi returns to PSG 6 days after 2 weeks suspension. And in entertainment, Prince Harry missing as coronation photo emerges.
This is Alive TV.
And now the news in detail. The President-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has asked the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal to dismiss a petition filed by the Allied People's Movement, APM, to nullify his election victory. The party argued that there was a gap of about 3 weeks between the period that Masari, who was listed as the 5th respondent in the petition, expressed intention to withdraw, the actual withdrawal of his purported nomination, and the time Tinubu purportedly replaced him with Senator Kashim Shettima. It therefore prayed the court to declare that Shettima was not qualified to contest as the vice presidential candidate of the APC as of February 25th, when the election was conducted by INEC, having violated the provisions of Section 35 of the Electoral Act 2022. The President-elect Bola Tinubu says that the petitioner failed to establish a reasonable course of action to warrant the nullification of his election victory. As a continuation of the tribunal proceeding on Tuesday, Tinubu maintained that the petition lacks merit and substance. After all the parties adopted their answers, the 5-member panel of the court, led by Justice Haruna Samani, adjourned further pre-hearing session on the petition till Thursday. The spokesman for the People's Democratic Party Presidential Campaign Council, Daniel Bawa, has revealed the reason President Muhammadu Buhari claimed Bola Tinubu won the 2023 presidential election. Recall that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, had declared Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress as the winner of the February 25th presidential election. However, during a meeting with members of the Progressive Governors Forum at his residence in Aso Rock on April 28th, Buhari said Tinubu and the APC won the presidential election due to hard work and good strategy. Speaking in an interview, Wala said the president made the statement because he is leaving, adding that the Nigerian leader had said so many things that can be considered conflicting. The President-elect Bola Tinubu has been urged to enforce the national gender policy of Nigeria by allotting 35% of appointments in the public sector to the women folk. This is as a female legislator in the 9th National Assembly under the aegis of women in Parliament said anything apart from 35% female representative in Tinubu's administration won't be acceptable. The legislators made their submission during a joint press conference with Nigerian Women Trust Fund. They said Tinubu should adhere to the rule of law and appoint women into the mainstream in appointive offices. The leader of WIP and chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Women in Parliament, Taiwo Oluga, representing the Ayeda-Ade Irewole Isokan Federal Constituency of Osun State, explained the role women in governance cannot be overemphasized because their part in nation building cannot be relegated. Still in local stories, the jostle for the leadership positions in the incoming 10th National Assembly heightened as some lawmakers-elect rejected the zoning and consensus position of the All Progressives Congress. The APC had on Monday zoned the Senate presidency position to the South-South, Godswill Opabio, Deputy Senate President to Northwest, Jibrin Barrow, Speakership to Northwest, Tajuddin Abbas, and Deputy Speaker to Southeast, Benjamin Kalu. Reacting to the APC's decision, a member of the National Working Committee of the APC described the press statement issued by the party's national spokesman as a deliberate ambiguity. Meanwhile, lawmakers loyal to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, have begun lobbying to collect signatures from members-elect to support his speakership candidate. It was learned that a meeting of new lawmakers-elect for freshers under the aegis of the New Dawn, that is disposed to the speakership aspiration of the party's preferred candidate. Honorable Tajuddin Abbas was held last Monday night. The meeting was built to collate signatures, but only about 23 of the new members out of over 200 had arrived at the venue, and a few declined appending their signatures. And now to the foreign scene. The Ministry of Internal Affairs of Russia has confirmed the arrest of a widow for planning the death of her children using a hired assassin. The 67-year-old woman, according to Metro UK, had ordered the mother of her son and two daughters to become the sole owner of a family property. Her plot was, however, busted, and she was arrested by the police in Krasnoyarsk, Siberia's second-largest city. The Russian woman was said to have plotted the devilish act with her friend, who assisted her in finding an assassin. Her alleged deception was revealed on the day the hired killer was supposed to kill one of her daughters and get the final payment for his job. A photo shared by the police during the investigation shows a pile of cash that the widow allegedly took out to pay the assassin for his job. And now in sports. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has lauded Super Eagle and Napoli striker Victor Osimhen for his recent strides in the Italian Serie A. Osimhen helped Napoli win their first Scudetto since 1919 last week. The Nigerian player also broke the record for the most goals scored by an African player in Serie A. In a statement issued on Monday, Governor Obaseki hailed the Edo State indigene. Obaseki described the 24-year-old player as exceptional, playing an exemplary talent abroad. Still in sports, Paris Saint-Germain have confirmed that their embattled talisman Lionel Messi has returned to training with the club on May 8, 2023. PSG's announcement came 6 days after the club announced that the 35-year-old Argentine football icon has been suspended for 2 weeks for traveling to Saudi Arabia with a permission after a home defeat to Lorient. Lorient visited Parc des Princes on April 30th and defeated the league's reigning champions 3-1, even though Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe were on the pitch. Due to the massive defeat, the club had to cancel the players' planned off day the following day. Unfortunately, Lionel Messi had already planned to travel to Saudi Arabia on the off day to honor his ambassador for tourism contract with the country. When the reigning FIFA World Cup winner was not seen in training the next day, and the club confirmed that he was in Saudi Arabia without the club's approval, he was immediately suspended without pay. And now, on entertainment. The youngest son of King Charles III, Prince Harry, was not included in the coronation feature photos of his father. Recall, Charles III was officially crowned King of England on Saturday. Last Wednesday, Buckingham Palace said Harry will attend his father's coronation while Meghan will remain in the United States with their 2 children. Harry missed the photo session after he immediately returned back to California shortly after the coronation. Photos from the King's coronation were released and Harry was not spotted in the portrait. The photos, which were taken at Buckingham Palace, feature working members of the royal family. Lastly, popular Nigerian singer Lekan Osefeso Jr., better known as Loji, has identified Grammy Award-winning singer Wizkid as his role model because of how he has influenced his music style. The Mona Lisa Krona, in recent interview, said that he has been a fan of Wizkid since childhood. He describes Wizkid as a biggest inspiration in the industry. And thanks for joining. This is all we have for you at this moment. Have a great day.